Anyway, so this appears to be a Canadian sovereign citizen, and I lost my rotic there for a second. This appears to be a Canadian sovereign citizen that's driving along, and I hear there may be a window smash included with this video, which is the money shot of the sovereign citizen traffic stop video, so I'm very excited today, because I don't think we've had one in a while, so let's go ahead and take a look at how they do interacting with the police. Probably very badly based on the track record of other sovereign citizens.
I'll open your window a bit. Alright everybody, so the cops have now pulled us over. Let's see what they have to say. Let's see what's going on today, guys.
Are they driving without a license plate? I know a lot of the sovereign citizens do that.
Can you roll the window down, please?
I did, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, Tyler.
I don't consent.
Oh, we're starting out great on this one. I need to start sovereign citizen bingo. I don't consent. Cool. Can I have your driver's license, please?
I don't consent.
I'm going to show you we have a warrant for your arrest.
I don't consent.
Oh no, there's a warrant out for his arrest, probably from a prior incident that he didn't show up to court for. I don't know that to be a fact. That's just a trope with sovereign citizens. I don't know how to break this to you, but when you have a warrant out for your arrest, you don't need to consent for it. It's an arrest warrant. If you needed to consent to being arrested, no one would be in prison.
Consent.
Okay, so we're going to open the door and I'm going to arrest you for that on the street.
I don't consent.
Okay?
I don't consent.
Okay.
This is the nicest cop ever, probably because he's Canadian. I'm not saying all Canadian cops are nice, but he's just got like a, all right now, we're going to go ahead and open the door and we're going to arrest you, okay?
What you're doing is illegal.
Okay.
I am not that corporation you have in your hand, sir. I do not consent to what you're saying.
Okay.
That's a corporation.
Okay.
My name is not spelt like that.
Okay.
It's a capital T, small y, small l, small e, and r. That's all capitals. That's not me.
So that's the thing that sovereign citizens misconstrue. They believe that because on a lot of official government documents, names and such are spelled in all capitals, is some sort of indication. They believe that it's some sort of indication that it's not actually them that's being referred to on the paper. It is a corporate straw man that is their name. If that sounds like nonsense to you, good job, you're sane. It's just a way of them trying to shuffle off responsibility for things that are happening to them off onto a corporate entity that does not, in fact, exist. The actual reason that government documents, especially names and stuff, are generally in full uppercase, it's simple. It's easier to read. It's more legible and easier to determine things at just a glance what the letters are. It's not a conspiracy. It doesn't indicate anything legally. It's just because it is legible when it is in all caps. Midnight with 100 bits says, I don't consent to sovereign citizens not consenting. Ooh, got him. No takebacks.
If everyone can come down right now to George Street or Water and George, the cops are trying to arrest me for absolutely nothing.
Is he telling people to come and protect him from the police? That's not something you want to do. Don't call in a mob to attack the police. What are you doing?
Don't open the door, no.
Tyler, can you unlock the door, please?
I don't consent.
Okay. Tyler, you need to open the door because you're going to be placed under arrest on the strength of the warrant, okay?
Tyler, we need you to open the door, okay, bud? We're gonna go take you. We'll take you to the jail and it'll be fine. We'll get you some cocoa and some poutine and you'll have a nice night, okay? We gotta execute this warrant. The judge is real sore about you not showing up to court today, Tyler.
I don't consent. What's your name and badge number?
My last name is Schubert and my badge number is 280.
What about you? Well, all of you?
Quality accent. I live in Michigan, so it's like Sarah Palin and Russia. It's right there. I can look out of my house and see it.
I don't consent. I don't consent.
I'm not gonna lie, I just found out a pizza place opened recently near here that serves poutine, and I'm very excited to try it.
To anything you're doing. I don't wish
I've only ever had poutine that I've made myself, so...
to cooperate with that corporation, because Peterborough Police is a corporation to make money.
The police are not a corporation, at least not in the private corporation sense that sovereign citizens like to use. No, they're not a corporation in the colloquial sense.
I do not wish to cooperate with your corporation. Do you understand that?
Well, I don't agree with it, but
Your Peterborough Police is a corporation. I do not wish to do anything with your corporation. I do not consent to anything you're doing at all. I do not understand. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't.
The I don't understand. I know I go over this a lot in Sovereign Citizen videos, but it bears repeating because there's just so much BS that comes out of them consistently. When he says I don't understand, he doesn't mean he doesn't comprehend. Sovereign citizens often believe that do you understand is a trick, secret code that if you say, if the cop asks, do you understand? Then what they are really saying is, do you stand under, thus secretly giving them consent to arrest you or charge you or give you a ticket or whatever. So they think they can get around giving this secret consent by saying, I don't understand. So when he says, I don't understand, he is once again just repeating, I don't consent, but in a super secret sovereign citizen code word way. Paladin's Fury says, as a Canadian, I can confirm that poutine is the ambrosia of Olympus.
Consent. I don't consent. Well, it does actually. I don't consent. You do what you gotta do. I don't consent. Looking real tough there with your mask on.
See an anti-masker too? Surprise.
Everyone's watching your criminal activity.
When was this? When was this uploaded? I'm just curious. 5 hours ago, 8 hours ago, 1 day ago? If this just happened, I wonder if this guy was at the, any of those protests in Canada that got broken up because they were blocking stuff and honking all night. You know, the asshole trucker thing. I don't remember what it was called.
I will not open that door. That gives me consent to you. I do not consent.
It's not how this works.
I am a man of flesh and blood under God's law. Yeah, is it worth it? You just said, is it worth it? You just said, is it worth it? You are a criminal. You're a criminal.
They're literally just trying to get you out. Again, I get it. I get cops are shitty, particularly like American cops. But these ones just seem like they're trying to, you know, get you because you have a bench warrant or some kind of warrant out for your arrest. I don't know what you're under arrest for. I don't even particularly care. The point is, the court, which has jurisdiction over you, wrote a warrant for your arrest. And as an arm of the court, they're going to arrest you. Now, that doesn't mean you're necessarily going to be found guilty. There's going to be a trial or a hearing or whatever where you get to say your piece and get a lawyer and all that, and that's great, you know? But you need to comply with the fact that there is a justice system in place. You can't just opt out. It's not how anything works. Tank Catapult says there's a non-0% chance he was there, like at least 50% chance of him being there. Narnia the Owl says it's like magic where you get power over someone if you know their true name, but it's understanding and consent instead. Devious Chillster, I want the story of Rumpelstiltskin, but just saying, I do not consent to you taking my firstborn child. Or Superman having Mr. and Ms. Lixplix show up and being like, I do not consent. Devious Chillster says, you know, I wonder if sovereign citizens have, like, video proof of something of the fact, quote, that recording the police when the citizen is being a dick works. Like, has that ever helped any of them in court? I don't think so. And then MMO Addicted, thanks for 21 months at tier 2, says, Gods, I feel awful. I can't get my, godson out of Ukraine. Some Fs stole their car, and I'm trying my best to arrange someone to drive them, but everyone is skipping town, and the only ones who are willing to drive my godson his mother and grandmother are asking for a lot of money, more than I can afford. Moreover, I feel awful and I don't know what to do. I'm really sorry. I hope you're able to get them out. I know it's a really tough situation and things are horrible right now. I'm really sorry.
You're a criminal!
We all heard it.
We heard that! You're live streamed to hundreds of people. You're a criminal! You're a criminal!
In fairness, you're the only one in this situation with a warrant, so by definition...
You're a criminal!
Why couldn't you have done this at the
Yeah, if you make a GoFundMe, that's a good point, Baha. If you make a GoFundMe, I'm sure people in our community and Jake's community would be very willing to help out.
rally if everyone
Why can you do it at the rally when people are watching? You're a criminal!
over by ourselves?
I don't consent to anything you're doing. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's consensual stuff. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. You don't know what you're talking about. Learn your law, lady. I'm a man of flesh and blood under God's law. Not your corporation law you call the Peterborough Police. You are
If he was a robot, they would have jurisdiction over him, but he's flesh and blood. So no go.
a corporation. You understand that? Oh, you keep putting that mask up. It's doing great for you, buddy. Yeah, it's cold. Wear this outside for...
Keep you warm.
Oh my God, dude.
Little mask.
Share this everywhere. Peterborough Police are corrupt. He just said, should we do this right now?
Is it worth
Is it worth it? Is it worth it? Dude, is the paycheck worth it? Is it that good for you guys right now? I will hold all of you accountable for crimes against humanity.
It's crimes against humanity when we arrest me for having a warrant. I don't even know where that take's coming from.
Understand that? I'll get all your names and badge numbers eventually, and I'll hold
Hydrate.
you all accountable for
He already gave you his badge number and his name. I don't know if the other ones did. Hydrate.
crimes against humanity. You're criminals. Criminal.
How many officers do
You're a criminal. Yeah, you're a criminal. You're
wanted?
These people are the people who cried crimes against humanity. First they think masks are a crime against humanity, then they think medicine's a crime against humanity. Like, have they considered that they're just little babies? Have they considered that they need to participate in society?
I don't consent.
You saw him when he got to the rally this morning.
I was at the rally all day today. Why don't you come get me then?
Confirmed, he was at the thing.
At the rally down there. Why don't you come get me then?
Why do you wait till we
Why do you wait till I leave and harass me and stalk me like weird people? I thought you were supposed to uphold the Canadian Constitution, the Canadian Bill of Rights,
20 officers behind
the human rights, right? Nothing. You guys are absolute criminals. You guys are nuts, man.
They seem nuts right now. You're nailing it. Please keep going.
I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't work with corporations. I'm a man of flesh and blood under God's law.
How many cops are behind us, Tyler?
I am a man of flesh and blood under God's law. Not your corporation bullshit.
Okay, God isn't the leader of Canada? Parliament and the Prime Minister are? So get out of the car. Stone Corpel says, just keep saying it. I'm sure it'll start to mean something the 4,561st time.
Take a hike, buddy. You already said, is it worth it?
That'll do it. Take a hike, buddy. Whoa! He said the magic words, everyone. We gotta leave him alone.
You guys are ridiculous, man. Is there enough of you? Look at the tax dollars, everybody. Holy fuck, look at them all. They're everywhere. Look at them all. You guys are a fucking disgrace to the badge, the Canadian. Oh my God, you guys are gross. Gross. Look at them all, guys.
Do sovereign citizens not use banks? Many of them don't. It just depends. They don't necessarily trust banks or the fact that there's oversight over banks by the government. Like, you can have your assets frozen or seized or whatever if it's in a bank. So a lot of them will do the, they'll keep cash. A lot of them like cash. Some of them, if they're more tech literate, like stuff like Bitcoin. It just depends on who you're talking to.
Look at them all. Holy moly. There's at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 cruisers. You guys are...
They're also usually gold bugs. They're the kind of people who really like gold and think if the world ends, which they are sure is a definite thing that's going to happen because they think the world is ending constantly. I say this as a doomer myself, but they believe that gold will be the preferred currency.
They're nuts, man.
Look, we got all our support.
Yeah, here comes a convoy, buddy.
There's way more
You guys are looking so dumb.
of us.
So dumb. I don't consent to your corporation that's trying to make people a part of your illegal fiction. Do you understand? I don't consent. 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 I don't care what you have to talk. I don't consent.
He's like a little baby. When did they think Canada became a corporation? I know they think the US is one, but would that apply outside the USA? I actually don't know. I'm not as versed on the Canadian sovereign citizen rhetoric. I assume it's just basically co-opted and adapted, more or less, from American sovereign citizens, because the movement kind of started here in America. I know that they think the US became a corporation sometime shortly before the Fed came into being. I'm not exactly sure when. I think it's like right after the 18th president or something like that. Bitewise Marissa says, I think the thing that boggles my mind the most is that they're able to continue with their delusions even when confronted directly with the power of the state. The mental gymnastics are Olympic level. Yeah, it's very strange to me. I don't get how they think the law works. Like, how do they think there are magic words that make the system not work anymore? Because if those magic words existed and functioned, the state would stop those from working and would close those loopholes, because in order to have a functional society, you need a system that doesn't allow criminals, or at least suspected criminals, to get out of facing any sort of trial or justice in the case of people who are guilty. Like, that doesn't work. How do they think society functions? Anti-Pretzel with 45-bit says, me, with a link.
Shut up! Oh my god, I don't care!
What, you don't care about this man's liberty, okay? He's doing his best. Unfortunately, his best is really bad, but he is doing his best.
I don't consent. I don't consent. Then break the window if you have to. I don't consent to anything. Whatever you do, you're being held accountable. Do you understand that? Name and badge number, please.
Bravo Needs Bacon, thanks for $2.
Oh, wall work. Name and badge number. Badge. Thank you. There you have it.
This is your choice.
Yeah, smash. If you want to smash the window, go right ahead. I'm going to hold you guys accountable. You will be personally held accountable. I'm going to take your job. Yep, I'm telling you.
Cops don't even tend to lose their job when they shoot unarmed people in the face. You're not going to get them fired for breaking your window after you refuse to comply with a warrant.
You have an opportunity to walk away. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't think you understand. He understands. He already said we shouldn't be doing this. You guys are absolute criminals. Criminals! Go away.
You're harassing us.
Harassment at its finest.
You forgetting and trap us at our own home? You're harassing us.
You come to my house, you stalk my house, you fucking won't leave me alone? What is this? Look, there's little kids watching.
Justice coming out.
Devious Chillster says, I feel bad for the police here, kind of. They're just sitting there going, dude, this is your choice. And he's like, fight me, scrubs, I'm ripped. And they're still just like, please don't make us do this. And then he's like, F you, cop, you're going to jail. And sovereign citizens wonder why the cops are mean to them. The cops aren't even usually mean to them. Not any meaner than they are to anyone else. The cops I've seen have mostly, shockingly, been very patient. Usually when the sovereign citizens are white.
You guys are absolute criminals, man. Absolute criminals. Please share this far and wide, everyone. This is absolutely and they can block traffic. You guys can hold up traffic. It's okay, right?
Yeah, they're the cops. Yes, they're the cops, and they're in the process of arresting you. So yes.
Yep. Whatever. I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent.
They're patient because these guys regularly shoot at the police.
Gabe, you follow
That seems like a weird excuse considering American cops usually get really impatient and end up shooting perps because they claim they feared for their life. Fearing for your life doesn't normally make cops more patient. Stone Corbell says, someone should do a tally of how many times he says I don't consent in this video. I would make it a drinking game, but I don't want to be responsible for the deaths of everyone in my chat.
Follow me as close as possible.
Smash your window if you don't open the door.
I don't consent.
Okay. That, on the window smash scale, that probably only gets like a 5 out of 10, but the timing was pretty good.
Smash your window if you don't open the door.
I don't consent. Yeah, good one, guys. Smart, smart. You guys are very smart, eh? Absolute criminals. Criminals.
Just lays it on his lap.
Absolute fucking criminals, guys. Yep, good job, guys. You'll all be held accountable. Come on out. Come on out.
And then he just gets out anyway. I never understand, because they just, like, once the window's smashed, they just go. So, you could have saved yourself a lot of money in repair costs for your window. Bitewise Marissa says, oh, it's 100% an issue of the police wanting to protect themselves. They see these guys as a bigger threat because they're white and they usually don't put the boot down on white folks. Stone Corbell says, here's your window. Atheist Brony says, the Canadian said, hey, I call this video a win. You gonna break my window, eh? Is he going limp like a child? Ragdoll, ragdoll!
I don't consent. I don't consent. I don't consent.
I don't
He's
need
just-
that in my car.
Procagom says, I think they tried to get their window broken, both are their followers, and to try and sue the cops later. Yeah, but it never works! It's never once worked!
Man, you can't come over here.
I'm videotaping this.
No, you can tape, but you can't interfere. He's
I'm
under
going right
arrest.
there.
He's under arrest, so you don't want to get arrested too, right? I'm guessing you don't want to, and I don't want to arrest you. So you can tape all you want.
This is your Peterborough Police, everybody. This is it right here. This is what you guys want. This is what you want, guys.
Freedom, right? Right.
Bravo Needs Bacon says, oh my god, the tantrum, I've seen better behaved toddlers. I've been thinking that a lot lately about a lot of supposed adults.
He's such a criminal, isn't he? All of this has to be here for him?
Why are you surrounded by
I mean, he has a warrant, so he's at least suspected of something.
open for?
They don't want me to get arrested too, Tyler.
You guys are a bunch of dummies. You're not allowed to protest anymore. Bunch of dummies, man. I don't consent.
Block the street off down there.
I don't understand. I don't consent. I don't understand. I don't consent.
He's still repeating, I don't consent.
I don't understand.
Okay.
I don't consent. I don't understand. I don't consent. I don't understand. I don't consent. I don't understand.
LD, you ride with Shuby?
Right, over 600
All this is gonna get him is a competence evaluation. This is not gonna get him where he wants to go.
people watching this. Good job, Peterborough Police.
There was a warrant for his arrest, correct? You understand that?
Bitewise says, look at all this state violence after I ignored a non-violent summons. Sounds like someone yelled something about a Nuremberg code. Maybe the guy across the street. Probably another one of the assholes from the protest, air quote.
And just copy damage.
What's the matter? We're not allowed to protest?
My guy, I know you weren't here for the entire altercation, but he had a warrant out for his arrest. I don't even think this has to do with the protest thing.
Freedom of speech? You're gonna start arresting everybody for freedom of speech? Is that the game you all want to play? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. Ashamed of yourselves for working for Trudeau. You're disgusting. You wonder why the population doesn't like cops?
So that's how that went. Nice window break. I'll take it. That's a good one. I don't think we've had a good window break in a while, so not bad. Moving on.